the best podcast to learn about affordable housing investments? If you ask that question, right, you will see our podcast pop right up right here at the top. How powerful is that, right? Now, the next thing you want to figure out is whether or not, how do you show up? So let me kind of ask the question here, right? So if I show you, let's use this question, right? This can show you how fast you can show up on ChatGPT if you do it correctly. So if you ask this question, what's the difference between home funds, CDBG, community development block grants, is what it stands for, pre-development grants? Is there a podcast that talks about this, right? This is a great answer, right? It talks about, hey, what's going on and all the different links that supports how they're answering this question, right? I love that ChatGPT is giving all these sources now because now it shows up. It helps you show up specifically in there. So this is why it's so important for you to understand how to categorize your information correctly, how to structure your video descriptions, because I think right now, more is more, right? More is more. And if you're able to provide more text, right? So let's say I ask, is there a podcast that discusses this? And I say, look, affordable housing podcast. Boom. Right? Of all the YouTube channels, it finds me. Where does this bring me? This brings me to a podcast that I did with Amber, right? This is the live recording. This is not even an official podcast, but it found me because of the same channel also has the same podcast description, but here's what it does, right? Within your video description, right? If you were trying to start a podcast today, what you want to do is figure out, okay, well, how do I get my information up here, right? So I usually have a lead in line, but I try to structure my video descriptions in a way that allows large language models such as ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, blah, 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 to find out what can this video be a source of information for. And here is how you specifically figure out, okay, well, see this, having a section where it says common questions this episode answers. You structure the text here as a very natural sort of language type of question, right? How would someone type that question into ChatGPT to ask such question, right? How can cities earn or maintain their pro housing designation, right? All these questions matter. So this is why my podcast showed up here as a source. And that's powerful, right? Just imagine what you want to do. It's almost like you become the encyclopedia, right? Back then, people thought about, okay, well, how do I show up? How do I get answers about this? And now you're figuring out, okay, well, how do I show up as a source? And that is powerful because if you don't show up in ChatGPT anymore, it's going to be really hard. It's gonna be really hard for you to be relevant, for your business to be relevant if you don't start optimizing for it every single day. So learn these terms. There's so many different terms now. It's AI SEO, AI SEO, it's GEO, which stands for generative engine optimization, right? In the future, how do you show up? Okay. Hopefully this is helpful. And I will see you all tomorrow, day 7:49. And the reason I share this information with all of you is because, look, I have been able to bring the Affordable Housing Podcast to the forefront to become ranked. And whatever your mission is, whoever you're trying to impress, whatever career path you're trying to achieve or go down, learning how to show up in the new world, right now the opportunity is up for grabs and you have to seize it. You have to take advantage of it because if you don't work on that now, you will become completely invisible in the next era. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in today's live. Hopefully this information is helpful. Like sometimes I want to cover how to underwrite properties, but I just don't want to miss out on the skill that I'm learning every single day. And thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for learning with me how to do all this stuff. And while you're here, don't forget to check our latest podcast, right? I talked with Amber Little about all the different grants that are coming due or they have deadlines coming up. And if you don't get on these grants right now, you're going to miss out. All right. Hope you all have an amazing Thursday. I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 749. Have a good one, everybody.